Hello there, motherfuckers, and it is time to talk about my tattoos. Yeah, that's right. For a while now, for a very long time, people have been requesting that I talk about my tattoos. It's pretty obvious in in my videos that I have tattoos, but a lot of times you don't really get to see them because I'm mostly facing this way. And to see it on my arms, the tattoos are just on my arms. They ain't anywhere else. Well, shoulders, but anyway, they are there and people want to see them. A lot of people knock my tattoos, but a lot of people like them and they want to see them more up close. And since I do have a camera, I think I could show them to you. So anyway, I started getting tattoos in 2010. I was originally going to get a tattoo like all the way back in 2007 when my dad started touching up some of his old tattoos that he had since the 70s. The Hells Angels actually did his tattoos. They used to be illegal to get in New York City, and you needed to go to Mount Vernon to get them. A lot of great stories there, but that was how it used to be. There wasn't all these different colors. They had black, they had green, and that was about it. So, all these tattoos were getting done. My cousin was getting tattoos on her legs, one of them being a memorial to one of her dogs that passed away. So I, was contemplating getting a tattoo, but I didn't know what I wanted to get. I was confused. I was infatuated. We were in Florida at the time, and we were at a tattoo shop, and like a little dinky shop, and I saw a portrait of Joe Pesci, and I honestly wanted to get it because I love Joe Pesci, and it looked awesome. I don't know, my dad convinced me otherwise. He didn't really want me getting Joe Pesci on my arm. So at the time, it being my first tattoo, I didn't want to go and get it. Suggested John Lennon. And this was a good idea because the Beatles is one of my favorite groups of all time. One of the best bands ever. What better to get a man with such a legacy as John Lennon tattooed on your arm, or just something that you like. And that's what I always knew. I wanted to get something that I liked, but I wasn't sure about it. And if you're not sure about it, especially a tattoo, you shouldn't get it. Just take my advice. I don't have any tattoos that I regret, of course, but a lot of people do. So without any further ado, in 2010 I decided to get my first tattoo. It was a tattoo place that my dad originally went to, and all these tattoos are done at the same place, and it's Lucky Dog Tattoo. My tattoo's name, artist name is Yana, so I'm plugging the tattoo shop. It is definitely worth it. The prices are very good, and if you're into this sort of thing, it's a very good thing to do. But anyway, I wanted to get Shenron from DBZ on my arm. He was the dragon from Dragon Ball Z that granted the wishes, and he lived in their balls, quite literally, in fact. But things changed, and I was influenced otherwise to get a medieval dragon. So you might even recognize this if you're a big fan of dragons. You could even find this on Google Images, but it's a modified version. It is a dragon, a medieval dragon surrounded in flames, and the original background was a waterfall, which probably wouldn't have looked too good as a tattoo. Later on, I added these flames on the bottom. This has recently been touched up like 2 weeks ago, so that's why it looks very bright and colorful and brand new. I was bleeding a lot the first time I got it. It was 4 years ago, the original tattoo. And I was bleeding a lot, and a lot of the color faded. So I recently just got it touched up again. And This part down here, like all these flames, I originally wasn't gonna get done, but I always wanted, this is not really a sleeve. It's not a complete arm, but it sort of is, depending on your definition of sleeve. But I didn't want to just throw a random tattoo over here or something else, because it would have looked foolish to have this big ass dragon and then something else over here. It just wouldn't look good. So the only thing I could think of was to extend the flames, and so it's like one complete thing that spans the entire length of the arm. This is a modified dragon. None of these tattoos, by the way, are traced. They're all hand drawn. She doesn't do that tracing. She's a real artist. And, if you see somebody tracing, it's probably not a good idea to go to them. I mean, they could probably give you something simple, but, it's not a good idea if they're not a real artist. Anyway, the eyes were like blue. It changed to red to match the flames better. So, pretty happy with this one. I think it looks pretty awesome. I like dragons. A lot of people asked me when I first got this, I started getting into the community with other people around me that had tattoos, and they're like, why'd you get a dragon? What does it mean? Why does it have to mean anything? I never understood this. Why do tattoos have to have meanings? I am like just disgraced a lot of times by the reason people get tattoos. They feel like they have to prove something. Like it used to just be fun. People just got tattoos because they wanted something that they like. Now it's got to be all meaningful and stuff. No, this is the thing. People who get tattoos get some retarded ass shit. I'll be honest, I'm not the biggest fan of lettering tattoos. I will never get that done ever. This whole complete little phase that people are getting into, putting cute messages on themselves, not a big fan. Some of the messages are nice. I have seen things that are decent, but overall I am not a big fan of lettering. I only get actual things, not letters. Letters to me are boring. Words are boring. Well, I like to read and write, but not on myself. And okay, then the next tattoo I got was this one right here. Now I'm a little bit scarred up over here, so it doesn't look the best in the middle, but what this is Edge's tattoo, the star that he has, the rated R star. And when I got this, it was because I really always loved Edge's tattoo, and if it has to have a meaning, I guess you could say that it's, a little bit of a tribute to Edge, because I do like Edge and I like his tattoos. And the star, even though stars have been done and everybody's getting stars, some people have stars all over themselves. Look at Batista. He's got more stars than a night sky on himself. It looks retarded. But the reason why I like this one is because of the red border. And, it's very bright, so maybe you can, there you go. See the red border right there? That's what I love about it. I just like the way how it looks, and, I wanted to get something related to wrestling, obviously. So why not get that? A biggest fan of wrestling as me should have a wrestling-related tattoo. And that's exactly what I did. I got one that was related to wrestling. The next one I got after that was this one right here. And this is one of the most popular ones. And I am usually complimented at work almost on a daily basis for this one. This is flat out awesome. And this is Todd McFarlane's version of Spider-Man from Spider-Man #1, the comic, how he looked on there, minus the whole background and everything. But who knows, I could always add a background, obviously, around it. That would look maybe decent, as this is getting filled up more and more, I suppose. This is just, it doesn't matter. There's no way you could spin this one. This is a beauty, and the majority loves it. Kids love it, adults love it. People always ask me where I've gotten it done. And this right here, I mean, this is my favorite out of them all. I mean, it's like not to toot my own horn, but it is fucking awesome. Let's admit it, though. The way how this came out is just fucking beautiful. It looks great. It's accurate. It is fantastic. My favorite superhero of all time has been since I'm a kid. I never jumped on the Batman bandwagon. You know, everybody loved Spider-Man when there was no good Batman movies out. But as soon as Batman came around, then you got Spider-Man. But I might get a Batman tattoo because I really do like him as well. But, yeah, you know, this is my favorite. Next up, the Sonic tattoo. Which, you know, the way how this looks is just, once again, accurate. And Sonic has been my favorite mascot for video games for, you know, since I'm a kid. Since when I was 5 years old, I got a Sega Genesis for Christmas. And I was in love with him ever since. You know, it's a hedgehog. He's blue. He's got an attitude. He's the fastest thing alive. You know, so what a better way to pay tribute to my childhood than to get Sonic. There ain't a better way to do it. And, you know, this is, of course, the Sonic from the original one. I am not a big fan of the Sonic Adventure look at all. That is why I obviously opted for the black eyes. And, you know, the more conservative, not all pointy fucking spines are like boners coming out of him on Sonic Adventure. You know, it's better this way. That's why I got that. And, of course, my most recent one, which is technically my 5th tattoo. You know, if you want to count this all as one, this is, you know, 2, 3, 4, and then 5th one, which is the most recent, you know, after the touch-up, is a tattoo I can guarantee you a lot of people do not have. Is Earthworm Jim, who was, like, someone I was obsessed with as a kid. I thought it was probably the most unique. I've done a video on Earthworm Jim, like, about a month or 2 ago, asking where he's been. You know, never since the Ninja Turtles have I ever seen such a unique idea just executed so well. And then as I'm thinking, growing up in the 90s and seeing all these different things, Street Sharks, Biker Mice from Mars, there was a lot of animal themed shows, just like turning random animals into superheroes. So then you got this guy, Douglas Tenaple, who comes around one day and says, you know, I'm going to make an earthworm into a superhero, and it's going to be a video game. And, you know, I don't know what he was smoking at the time, you know, what the fuck he was drinking, what he was on, if he ate the little worm at the bottom of the tequila bottle. I don't know. The man's a fucking psycho and also a genius, because this spanned the cartoon, the action figures. I had it all. I had every last bit of it. And, you know, and with good reason. You know, it was one of the best concepts out there. So, there you go. There's my tattoos. You finally got to see them. You got a little bit of info, what was behind them. And what was behind them was that I liked all this stuff. As I said, you shouldn't have to have a reason. Don't feel if you get tattoos that you need to have a reason to get them other than you want to or you like them. You know, why do you buy a shirt? You know, like, this is the thing. When you buy a shirt, when I buy a shirt, like when I bought this shirt off of Amazon.com, the one I'm wearing, I bought it because I liked the way how it looked, not because, you know, this is in style or it's what other people are wearing. I haven't seen really anybody wear this other than Mac on It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, which is where I got the idea to get it. But you know what I mean. The thing is, I bought it. I got these tattoos is because I wanted them. Damn it, I wanted them. That's what I wanted. We're a very greedy society. So, when it comes to that type of stuff, the fashion, I guess this is technically fashion of sorts, cosmetic or otherwise, this is what I choose. Not everybody has a beard. The majority of people are clean shaven. I choose to wear a beard. I choose to have my hair like this. I choose it because I have freedom in this country. Oh, God bless America. Yeah, so it's just a little bit of, fulfilling a request for all the people that wanted a tat video. I'm also giving a bit of advice out to the people, a little bit of personal advice to, not follow the trends and do what you want to do. All right.